Hello YouTube, Lightning Game here, and this is a bit of a different video. So, in this video, I want to be teaching you how to how to speak the language that I made up. So, it sounds a bit of a weird video, so I'll just explain it. So, you can't see at the top, it says how to speak Serven, which is the name of the language. And it says, in Serven, the words of the English language are reversed. So, consonants stay the same, and vowel sounds should change. And I just want to note out that, so for example, the letter A, the sound A will change, but not the sound A, or or I, or any of those. So, for example, just Bob, it's very plain, would still be Bob, but that was the first thing that came to my mind. Or egg would be Ge. So it's the sounds are reversed. So it's not to get confused with the words being reversed, the spelling. For example, same wouldn't be spelt E-M-A-S, although that's how it's spelt backwards. So anyway, the vowel sound, I can't speak. The vowel sounds change. So A is yeah, E stays the same, I is yeah, O is wa, U is we, oo stays the same, oi is your, and ow is wa, and also being the same. And then some examples are okay is yekwa, because if we look at that, there's the A sound, so that would be yeah, the K, so the K sound, so be that next, and then the O sound, so and that's yekwa. Then proceed, deserp, and my, yam, smoke, quams, tune, nweet, and gloom is moog, enjoy is yordn, and houseplant is Tnaupswa. When there is a word that starts with H, it is silent and shown by two H's. So, for example, houseplant is Tnaupswa, but you can see I didn't pronounce the H because I can't really. Take hen, for example. So, if we do N-E-H, and if you try to pronounce the H, it's neh. Neh, it just sounds really awkward. I mean, you can sort of do it, it just will sound very awkward. But in the spelling, to show that the H is there, so you don't get confused with houseplant, which isn't even a word, but it doesn't matter. We put two H's at the end where it should be. And then just another example, labor would be erbiel. Right then, between a vowel and an R where the sound is not pronounced. Wait, I'm not sure if I wrote this best. So, between a vowel and an R where the sound is not pronounced, a dash is placed. Oh, that sort of makes sense. I have to explain it more. So, pressure is usurp. So you do pronounce it because you could say erp, but it doesn't sound the best. So you need to put a dash between them to indicate So, like, because you can't, like, as I just said, like, for the sound, it stays the same, but the word isn't Persia, so, yeah. And other examples: brag, garb, attract, Takata, yeah, and pray, yerp. Right. When a word starts with W, it is not pronounced, but the spelling still uses the W. So this is similar to the H. You can't really pronounce the W at the end, so like with, if you try to pronounce the W at the end, it just sounds awkward. So here's the example. Withdrawal would be order, with the W at the end to indicate that it's there. And then the R rule, which is between that one. It is not used for E or I. When it is an E, you say air, and for I, you say ear. So for the examples, express, you see the R and then the E. But this, instead of having the dash, it's pronounced as air. So it would be sepska. And for rich, there's the RI, so it's ear, and it's pronounced cheer. And then also, the R rule isn't used when there is a vowel after the R. I haven't got an example for this. I can just try to think of one. I could actually not use an example. It's easier if I explain like this. So like, if there's a vowel after the R, you can say, like, this is a totally made up word. So it's spelled SCEREP. So usually you'd put the dash and say it as skerep, but we don't need to, because you can say it as scarep, since there's the vowel after the R. Hope that makes sense to you guys. Alright, and then the letter X is pronounced in words as sk. So an example, orthodox, would be skodothor. That's why this is, because the, like, X, the X, sort of, for the X sound, is basically saying a C and then an S. So basically, like, when you say X, you're pretty much saying EKS. So that also brings me on to another thing that I haven't wrote down. The letter C isn't used very much in Serven. It's usually pronounced with the K. So, say for example, car, which has a C, would be arc, but that would be spelt A-R-K. Right. Then the last thing is, for practice, if you guys want to learn the language, is to practice these words, so to write them down and pronounce them in Serven. Habitat, berry, frame, bucket, disgrace, peak, hardware, column, marsh, impact, hen, plug, and sister. So you can comment that in the comment section down below, or you can just leave it. So yeah, that's it. If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next video.